In recent years, the outcry over prohibitive fees charged by schools and the requirements for learners in both government and private schools has risen. Several times, several petitions on the exorbitant charges have reached the floor of Parliament, with MPs calling for punitive action against these schools, though some offer the defense of the liberalization of the economy, where the free forces of demand and supply dictate prices.
And these are statements.
Today, the State Minister for Primary Education, Moriku Kaducu, appeared before Parliament with MPs anxiously waiting to hear what measures the government had proposed to rein in on schools which violate its directives. But her explanation raised more questions from the legislators who felt the guidelines have been presented before.
The findings and recommendations of the committee were considered and guidelines issued while taking into consideration the liberalized nature of the economy and the consequent need for government to regulate rather than control levels of fees by designing guidelines.
It is the same report, no full stop, no commas, quotes, everything is the same. Right, Honorable Speaker.
The report we wanted was to tell us that the Honorable so-and-so who owns this school, charging very exorbitant school fees, has been sanctioned.
Kaducu told Parliament that it is currently impossible to implement the punitive measures as there is no clear legal guidance available.
So our question was, we know there are schools which are not adhering to this guideline. What are you doing to them? What punitive measures have you put in place?
The law has given some gaps in terms of statutory instrument and regulatory framework.
Much as government has come out to give guidelines, but they are not enforceable. You cannot enforce something that is not legally binding.
Education as a sector was also unfortunate. It was also liberalized. We have now private sector people who are doing their business like any other business. So because of that, we don't have a law. I would say there is a lacuna in the law that can regulate a person who is running a private school as a private business.
The Attorney General Chirowachiwanka asked for time to analyze the matter before offering any advice
on that issue.
The minister has been asked to meet the Parliament's Education Committee to discuss the sanctions and write a report to be presented next week. Ali Mivole, NTV.
Trust in this land.